Daddy's home. And he brought his boy with him. We can't lose any time over anything because I have so much to say about this set and so many great things. And that's an amazing situation to be in, right? Welcome back. My name is Seth. This is the review of the late review, unfortunately, due to sickness. I had the flu. The review of the Lego Game Boy, which came out very recently. I only purchased my set about a week ago, a little more than that. But I just had to have it. When it was announced, I was a little skeptical on how they would capture all of these iconic shapes at this point, because let's be honest, this is an iconic device. This was my entry to gaming when I was a child, when I was about, I don't know, 8 years old, 9 years old-ish at that time. This was my first Game Boy. I then moved on to the Game Boy Pocket and to the Game Boy Color after, and that's when I kind of left the ecosystem and went the PlayStation route. Now I'm a PC gamer. But I firmly believe that without this device, without the original Game Boy, which came out, I think, in 1989, so I was 2 years old at that time, yeah, that was just a revolution. And looking back at no backlit display and stuff like that, I wasn't very sharp, but it was everything. It was a whole new world, so many adventures to have. Such a cool, iconic, nostalgic device at this point. Comes with 421 pieces, the Lego set that's based on. This product was designed by Carl Merriam. I'll put the name down here. He made other stuff, which I have, which I think is really cool. In particular, the Haunted House from the Fairground collection. I have one in my office. When we get to build the new studio, which hopefully will happen, that's why it looks like this right now, right? Maybe you can find a spoiler towards what the next review is going to be about. But what I was going to say is we're building a new studio over the weekend, and that then might have the Haunted House from the Fairground collection in it. But other than that, he made, obviously him being a Nintendo person, he made other Nintendo and particularly Super Mario stuff, right? This is the spiky shell, which was not a GWP with the Super Mario go-kart thing, standard card, that's what it's called. It was actually a insider's reward. We could redeem a couple of points, I think 2,500, and you could get this cool spiky shell. If you're familiar with Mario Kart, right, this is what you would fire, and then it would chase the player in first position and take them out. I had to have it. I'm not a huge Mario collector when it comes to Lego. There's only one other set I have, and incidentally, that was also designed by Carl Merriam. And that's equally iconic, I feel like. By the way, yeah, when you press this button, these coins come out. Can we close that up? Yes, this is the piranha plant. I think that's what it's called, a piranha plant, right? Really cool set. Yeah, when that was announced and then I got a good deal on it, I had to jump on it. One of my favorite Super Mario sets, alongside the spiky shell. So that's Carl Merriam. Let's go back to the piece count, because that's an invitation, I feel like, to talk about the price, which in relation to this piece count shouldn't be your only metric. Not very fantastic, right? This set retails for $59.99 in both euros and dollars, and $54.99 in British pounds, which is a little pricey. I did pay that. I paid retail. When I went to Smith's Toys to pick up my copy, there was no discount. You can now get discounts of around 20%, I think. So you don't need to pay $59.99. However, even though only 421 pieces, I think it's worth it. I had such a great time building this set. I had such a great time reliving my memories. I remember every time I walked by it after I finished it, I just had to pick it up, push the buttons, and it just, yeah, brought back happy memories. And I really, really enjoyed that. It comes with 2 games. Maybe let's take a look at the side of the box. It comes with well, obviously they're not real games, right? Two cartridges, non-functioning cartridges, Super Mario Land and Link's Awakening, a Zelda game that did not feature Zelda, which was my first Zelda game, actually. Might have been my only one. I didn't really play Ocarina of Time. I wasn't deep into the Nintendo ecosystem back then. This is the back of the box, which just shows you basically the same picture again, and then the cartridges, as well as there's something down here. Those are, can you see that? Yeah, lenticular screens. We'll talk about them in a second. And obviously stuff like that also, you know, increases the price. And that's why I feel like you're still getting something more than just 421 pieces, something that justifies the price tag in my mind. So if you want the TLDR of this video, I think this is fantastic. This is great. This is such a cool set. I love it. If you want it, buy it. There will be no buyer's remorse. If you have any happy memories of playing this device when you were a child, or, it is my understanding that this is now a new thing. I'm just too old for it. Younger kids who have not grown up with these devices still want that retro feel, that retro look, and something that looks like this. And again, it's iconic, right? And obviously a lot of icons, there were lots of icons in history before I was born, so I can get that appeal. I just really like looking at it. I like picking it up. I like playing with it because it's a basically one-to-one copy of the actual design from back in the day. But enough with me boring you with the details of the box. Let's crack this thing open. Inside you find 5 numbered paperbacks in my case. Hope that's the case everywhere now. As well as a little extra bag that has your lenticular screens, the printed back of the Game Boy, as well as a larger green piece and your instructions. On top of that, yes, this set has a sticker sheet. However, hold your horses. In this case, I'm fine with it. It's cool. It's fine. Those are just 2 stickers. And these are the stickers that go onto the game cartridges, right? Right over here. And that's fine. They were stickers in the original cartridges. When Nintendo made these, they were stickers. So I'm kind of okay with them being stickers now. It doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me when I built it. It doesn't bother me now. Looking at it, I think it looks cool. I think they look very accurate, which is nice. But I mean, yeah, Lego set with stickers, 2 stickers, a small sticker sheet, and I don't have anything negative to say. I mean, that's a win right there, right? So well done, Lego. Good job on that. But enough about the box, enough about me just talking about it. Let's take a look at it. And there it is. It is a work of art. That's all I can say. It was captured perfectly, I feel like. I like the colors match so well. It's just a really cool thing. And here it is on his little display stand. That's not the only thing you get. You also get a display stand for your game cartridges, right? If we take this one off its stand, right? I right now have the Super Mario game in it, as you can probably tell from the lenticular screen. I actually do have the Super Mario cartridge in it as well. Obviously, you don't really need to. The screen, it's just a piece of plastic, works without having a cartridge in it. However, once you remove them and just look at it like that, you will quickly see, actually you can't in this slide, but you see this black bar at the back? Yeah, that's there to hold the lenticular screen in place, right? This is this piece, and if you put light on it, then it'll shine through. Now the light's coming from here, so you can't really see that. Maybe you can. Maybe you can see it a little. Right, there's this dark shadow that runs through the middle of the display. But yes, you can just go ahead and open this up, and then the screen pops right out. We can choose another one handily. Give me 1 second. I'll put this down here for now. This cartridge stand, cartridges, yeah, kind of attach, and then there's a place for you to hold the other lenticular lenses. Let's pop the Nintendo one in here, and that is the Nintendo starting screen. It's the one that has the most movement in it, and one that I have the most nostalgia for, I feel like. I mean, if you remember, then you remember. If this is new to you, that's cool as well. Once you turned on your Nintendo Game Boy, yeah, the logo came down just like that, and then it made the bing. Obviously, before you could hear that, you needed to do this. You needed to turn it on and listen to this. Did you hear that? Oh my god, that feel and sound alone worth the $60, because that's exactly what it sounded like and felt like back in the day. Yeah, they have a Technic piece in here, which allows you to switch it on and off. But before we dive any deeper, let's have a look at the instructions, because this time, and again, that's an easy win. Congratulations, Lego. There's so much material that is included in this manual, in these instructions. Let's take a look together. First page, obviously we can skip that. It's just a builder app. And then thank you for selecting the Lego Game Boy. Gives you an overview over what all the buttons do, or what they used to do when this was an actual device, not a Lego set. Caution, clicking the power switch may result in acute feelings of nostalgia. They're not wrong. It did. It gave me nostalgia, and I enjoy that very much. Gives you a little advice on how to swap out your lenticular screens, how to insert. Yeah, the cartridges are called Game Paks. That's what Nintendo used to call them back in the day. I really like these retro-looking pages with the box of the original Game Boy. I think I never had this box. I think mine was used when I got it when I was a child. It didn't bother me in the slightest. I went from having no gaming devices to having something that was amazing, out of this world. Loved it. Yeah, it came with Tetris, I think. Obviously, I also played Tetris. It's not included here. It was never my favorite game. I mean, the Super Mario Land was okay. I finished that eventually, but Zelda, man, that was fantastic. Beating that game for the first time as a child, what an experience. Turn the page, we'll find the inside of it. Yeah, right. You can see that they try to give it a circuit board vibe, which is cool. The same goes for the cartridges. Let's actually take a look at them in detail. When we let's remove the cover. Right. If you remove this tile, you are then greeted by a circuit board. Can you see that? Yeah, and it has a printed tile where it says Game Boy just underneath there, representing a battery, because this cartridge actually stored so much, all of your saves on the cartridge, right? And this battery sticker, I think it came from the Voltron set, one of the Transformers from back in the day. But yeah, so much thought and detail. You never see those, right? This is just a cartridge. There's nothing indicating that it's necessary or that you can open this, but inside you have this circuit board looking kind of thing, and it looks so cool. There are a couple connectors down here. Yes, so you can attach it to this stand. It has clips on the bottom. So you just take this and attach it like so, and there you go. Awesome. I'm so grateful they included this in this instruction manual, in this little booklet. Yeah, makes my heart jump with joy. It's amazing. Then you have a write-up for both the games, Super Mario Land, with the box. Yeah, I also don't think I had this box. I think my Super Mario Land was also used, so I never had that box. I saw it on shelves years later, though. Yeah, instant nostalgia. One giant leap, Super Mario. Then Zelda, Link's Awakening. What a game. Yeah, you wake up on an island and don't think you know who you are. Need to find a sword. What a game. I loved it so much. And then finally, yeah, some lifestyle pictures of somebody building the set. So these are the instructions. And I can't stress this enough. This is cool. Please do more of this. Why are there so many sets that don't have anything in them? It doesn't even need to be that extensive every time, but sometimes that would be cool. Thank you. Back to the device. Take another look at it. You can't look at it enough. It's a marvel of Lego building, Lego engineering. Building it, I was reminded of so many of the current mock techniques in there. It feels like it was built by somebody who is very active in the mock scene, at least follows them, right? Mock stands from MOC, my own creation, right? I love it. Press the buttons. These A and B buttons, by the way, minifig heads. There's a very interesting mechanism that lets those be pushed down and they come back up. There's a piece inside I haven't seen before. I took you a picture. Take a look at this. Interesting housing for these switches, and it just works, which is incredibly cool. I really like the way the D-pad was done as well, with the studs on top. Obviously, you could cover this up if you wanted just some tiles. If you don't like the studded look, I really like it. I think it is, yeah, perfectly tells me this is a Lego set as well as a cool representation of something that's amazing. These little select and start buttons down here, yeah, those are actually tires, and you can remove them. Just they pop just out, all right, just like that. Now there's a hole in there, yeah, and this is one of those tires, right? And you can just pop them back in. Before we talk a little more about the lenticular screens, if you haven't subbed to this channel yet, please do. It would help me out a lot, as we are on the way to 500 and finally get more options, right? I could, then offer channel memberships and stuff. This is the Lego starting screen. It comes down, it goes up. There's one more we haven't looked at. Let's remove the Super Mario Land cartridge right here and pop in the Zelda one. Obviously, it's not that easy. We need to, this is the printed tile that came in this little extra bag. Has a number on it, which I think, it says 1989 on here. It's probably 21st of April 1989, being the release date of the Nintendo Game Boy. Open this up, pop out our Nintendo starting screen, lenticular screen, and pop in the Zelda one, which is over here. Swapping those out is super easy, done in seconds. And then take the Zelda cartridge and pop this back on. And then from the back, you can see that we now have our Zelda game in there. Every time, fantastic feeling. This is the lenticular screen for Zelda, right? I think it's her that, yeah, she is turning her head and there's some movement with the birds, right? Once you've picked it up, you can't stop playing with it. I was so happy when I built this set. Take a couple looks at the stuff they managed to include. There's a port, technically a port for an external connector. I think they called it a link cable, which you could get if you played Pokemon and you had red or blue, right? Those standard editions. I had blue in the beginning, and then I had a yellow, and then I had red eventually as well. But that was the technology behind switching or exchanging Pokemon with your friends. You could use a link cable. Underneath, you find a volume rocker, which is very satisfying to spin. Same thing on the other side with contrast, right? Back in the day, you could actually decide how blurry you wanted your image to be, or what the contrast would be like. At the bottom, there's a phone jack, which now, funny enough, in modern phones, not really a thing anymore. You can see that down here, there's an indicator there, and then if you turn it, this is the headphone jack. Obviously, it's not real, it doesn't work. This is just something they put there handily, because it can then attach onto that stand. If you want to present it, can't really see that, if you want to present it this way, right? What a great set. All prints on the Game Boy, even this speaker down below A and B, all of the writing on there, select, start, right, Nintendo Game Boy, the finger that says on top, dot matrix with stereo sound, right, all of the on-off sign, the battery indicator, all printed parts. Sometimes Lego, it can be so easy. This is the back side. Underneath, back in the day, you could remove this, right? This was a tab you could pull, and then you could open this. You can't now. This is just a print. And it's not necessary, because this is just a battery compartment. You used to push down here, and then you could open it. And it took 4 AA batteries, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure. So At one point, I got rechargeable batteries, which was a godsend because I can't tell you how often I ran out of batteries playing my Game Boy, and being a kid, not having access to batteries immediately or everywhere, or not being able to afford them. Yeah, that sucked. But when I got rechargeable batteries, life improved massively for me. Those are the two games. Yeah, maybe have another look at the cartridge in hand. Yeah, this is the sticker, very colorful, looks exactly like the thing back in the day, looks exactly the way I remember. If we pop this tile off, it apparently comes apart, but we can fix that. This game, if you remember playing it, if you ever played it, if you heard of it, you couldn't save your game in this game. So no need for a battery on the circuitry, because it was necessary for your storage. You didn't need, you couldn't save your game. You just needed, if you wanted to beat Super Mario Land back in the early 90s, late 80s, you needed to do it in one sitting, which was a challenge. But always fun. Yeah, fantastic. The cartridges look and feel the way I remember them. So many memories. Put this back on and use our two lenticular screens. Well, the ones we're not using, we're just popping in here and then have everything tidy just like that. I was so blown away building it. The way they achieved all of these curves, all of these shapes, the way that they managed to get it so close to what an original Game Boy back in the early 90s felt like. Amazing. I enjoyed this building process the way I have not enjoyed a Lego build in a long time. And this doesn't even come with minifigs, and it doesn't need them. Often when you build something and it's a larger set and stuff gets repetitive, or you have built with samey colors all the time, it's just refreshing to get a minifig every now and then. But here, I didn't even think about minifigs at one point, even though most of it is just, it's not dark blue, it's light bluish gray, like light stone gray, right? And still, the building techniques kept me entertained, I have to say. I enjoyed this a lot, and if you enjoyed this video, why not leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, do all the YouTube things, so eventually we can get this channel to 500 subscribers. And one more thing, it's down here. I needed to find a new place for my book. Link is in the description. If you ever feel like you need to support me, I haven't started a Patreon yet. I am thinking about it, because that would mean that we could reinvest so much more money into the channel. We're investing stuff right now, and not little. I bought a new light, by the way. So once we get into the big old softbox, gigantic actually, so big I can't even put it here. But in the new studio, we'll have the space for that. If you like these videos, want to contribute to me making them, link is in the description. I'll be thinking about the Patreon thing. Maybe that's a way forward when it comes to getting even more stuff for the channel. Once this channel, a little update, is monetized, if we hit the 500 subscribers, for the first year, every single cent I make on this channel will be reinvested, and we'll make sure that you actually get a bang for your buck. That's important to me. But I think that's it. Pick up the Game Boy. It's a good set. See you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome to my ant card. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm gonna crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card, I know. All those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.